Our report detailed 2 years of questionable charges on the mayor's city-issued credit card, $35,000 at restaurants, $46,000 in travel for himself and others.
One more question for the mayor of South Suburban Calumet City. He's pretty mad at me.
Ben Bradley should know, my name is Thaddeus Jones. I'm not Tiffany Henyard. I'm not a woman. I'm Thaddeus Jones. He disrespected me by trying to loop me in with Tiffany Henyard.
The mayor of Calumet City, Illinois, just went on camera to defend the $81,000 in city credit card charges. Spoiler alert, his defense wasn't very good.
So tell Ben Bradley to get my name right, spell my name right. If he wants to do an interview, stop disrespecting me and apologize to me.
Let's get into it. So let me give you a full picture of the breakdown. I did a video just a couple of days ago, but Calumet City has about 36,000 residents. It's a south suburb of Chicago, right next to Dalton. And according to city data, roughly 20% of those residents live below the poverty line. 1 out of 5, you can keep that number in your head. Now, the mayor of this city is a man by the name of Thaddeus Jones, and he's really mad with WGN. WGN is a local Chicago news station. If you've been on this channel, we reference them often. They were there on the ground with Dalton and Harvey and the rest. So they started to ask questions about his city issue credit card. And what they found wasn't very subtle. It was $35,000 in restaurant charges, $46,000 in travel for himself and others. So over a 2-year period, that's about $81,000 on the city credit card in a city where 1 out of 5 can't make ends meet. WGN requested interviews before the story aired. Jones declined. After the story aired, 2 things happened. 1, he gave up the credit card and paid some of the money back with no documentation provided. 2, he sent an email targeting one of the whistleblowers who talked to WGN, threatening to pull $250,000 in Park District funding. But then he finally went on camera, and look what came out his mouth is what we're talking about today. Roll it.
One more question for the mayor of South Suburban Calumet City. He's pretty mad at me.
Ben Bradley should know, my name is Thaddeus Jones. I'm not Tiffany Henyard. I'm not a woman. I'm Thaddeus Jones. He disrespected me by trying to loop me in with Tiffany Henyard. Tiffany Henyard was a bad elected official. Ben Bradley disrespected me by calling me and trying to lump me with Tiffany Henyard.
So first of all, no one called you Tiffany Henyard. The reporter compared your behavior to Tiffany Henyard's behavior. And if that comparison makes you upset, maybe sit with why. Because here's the thing, when someone says a name and you immediately go full defense mode, that tells you that the comparison landed. Innocent people don't react that way. Guilty people who know exactly what the comparison implies, that's a different reaction entirely. And he's not even addressing the $81,000 yet. He's still on the same thing. Spell my name right, sir. The receipts don't care how your name is spelled. Give us some transparency about all this money that you're spending. And real quick, before we get back to the video, 86.4 of you who are watching this video are not subscribed. So hit that subscribe button, hit like and hype, all those good things to keep this channel going as we get to 200,000 subscribers. Appreciate all of your help. Now, let's get back into it.
We found $35,000 in restaurant charges and $46,000 for travel for himself and others over a 2-year period. Now, he declined several interview requests before our story was broadcast. Our information came from city records. His spokesperson told us he has since given up his city credit card and paid some of the money back. We asked for documentation. It never arrived.
Some of the money, not all of it. They asked for documentation of what was legitimate. It never arrived. So we don't know what charges he's contesting, which ones he's actually owning up to, or what the city actually got in return from any of this spending. We just know that he gave back some of the money and just went completely quiet on the paperwork, the transparency on exactly how much money was spent. This is not how innocent people behave. That's how people behave when they're doing some damage control and hoping that this story will die.
Bradley said $17,000. Go back and check it. He says $17,000. So there's no way that I spend $17,000 on myself. I mean, it's not even possible for me to spend $17,000 myself on food.
Now, we already broke down why this explanation doesn't make a whole lot of damn sense, but I want you to watch the mechanics of what he's doing here because this is a classic political word game. The reporter said the DC trip cost $17,000 on his city credit card for him and others. Jones hears that and reframes it as, I spent $17,000 on myself.
It's not even possible for me to spend $17,000 myself on food.
Those are two completely different sentences. He argues against a claim that was never made. And here's the thing, by him doing that, he actually confirmed the $17,000 charge existing. He didn't say it didn't happen. He didn't say the number was wrong. He just said that he didn't spend it all on himself personally, which means the $17,000 trip happened. City money, other people's trip, his card in a city where 1 out of 5 residents live below the poverty line.
30 minutes after our story aired, the mayor sent an email targeting one of the whistleblowers we interviewed. He wrote, quote, "After Clerk Figg's nasty interview about me tonight on WGN, I am withdrawing my support for the $250,000 for the Park District."
30 minutes after that story aired, this man sent an email to the whistleblower threatening to pull $250,000 in park funding because they talked to a reporter. That is retaliation. That is a public official using city resources as a weapon against someone who exercised their right to speak to the press. Now watch what happens when he gets asked about this on camera.
As far as the comment that you made on withdrawing support for the parks, do you regret making that comment via email?
I never made that comment. So here, and I will send this to you personally.
Okay.
They're in the state budget for $100,000. I never agreed to give them $250,000.
So that email that we received, you're saying that that's not a real email that came from you?
It is a real email, but I'm saying that they're in the budget for $100,000. I never promised them $250,000.
He confirms that the email was real. His only dispute was the dollar amount. He says he promised $100,000, not $250,000. So his defense is, I threatened the whistleblower just for less money. That's not a defense. That's a confession with just an asterisk. The threat happened. He confirmed it happened. He's just haggling over the size of the threat. And again, he didn't deny it. The reporter even flags it. He didn't deny making a threat, didn't he?
City council members are now requiring Mayor Jones to produce receipts by mid-June to document his charges and explain how they were in the interest of taxpayers. Legitimate questions, especially in a community where 20% of residents live below the poverty line.
The reporter said it, I'll say it again. 20%, 1 out of 5. That's the community this man was elected to serve. Just embarrassing, but par for the course for the South suburbs. Here's what Mayor Thaddeus Jones never answered, not once in that entire clip. Why was the city money being spent this way? What did Calumet City residents get in return for the $81,000 in restaurant and travel charges? Why did documentation never arrive after it was requested? Why, the moment a story drops that you don't like, your first move is to go after the whistleblower? None of those questions were answered. What we got instead was names, complaints, word games about who personally ate the food, and a retaliation email that he confirmed was real. City council is not requiring him to produce those receipts by mid-June. We'll be watching to see what is going to happen. And that's one thing about accountability. It comes whether you like it or not. So we will continue to follow this story. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. Thank you for taking time to watch this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video.